welcome to our latest Conversations and Cheese Boards. Today I am so excited to have truly one of my very favorite people on the face of this planet, my brother, Clay Wehner, and he is, so I have two brothers, for those of you that don't know me. It's me, Clay, and Kyle in birth order, and we all are just like 18 months apart, so we grew up really closely, and I think have a really fun dynamic. And Clay is the middle child, and he is kind of the ultimate middle child, but he was the peacekeeper. He's so even-keeled, and Kyle and I both say that he is the best of the three of us, so we just adore him so much. And it's a really exciting time, and what I really want to talk about, like first and foremost, is kind of your journey. And I realized that Mom and Dad, who I really thought that Dad would never retire. I mean, I really thought that he would, farm until he just couldn't anymore, and he'd fall over on a tractor on the farm when he was like 90 years old. And, due to life, but it occurred to me that this is kind of the official torch passing. Like, he was the fourth generation, and now you are the fifth generation in charge of these farms. Like, they are in your very capable hands. And I just want to know, like, can you talk about kind of your journey of getting here and what that, I mean, it's so much. I know it's a loaded question, but
that's right.
Talk about, growing up on the farm and coming back after college and what that journey.
Well, I think I always knew I was going to come back to the farm. My first word, other than Mom and Dad, was tractor. So I love cows, love animals, love fresh air. I just love being on the farm, and I'm proud of what Mom and Dad have done, and I'd like to continue what they've created and take advantage of Dad still being interested, yet giving me opportunity to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually, you were talking about Dad being in a place where he really wants to be. Well, I'm in that place as well, because he's a phone call away, and he's created this farm over the last 30 years, and he's got a 30-year head start on me.
Yeah, with a lifetime of knowledge. He
Lifetime
grew up on a
knowledge.
farm,
Right.
and farmed differently, and then went to college.
And we weren't raised like him.
Right.
We traveled and played a lot of sports.
Right.
And so I'm excited about taking today's technology and tomorrow's technology and using Dad's knowledge to grow the farms.
Yeah.
Just introduce robotic milkers and play with different forages, and I'm lucky to be in a place where I'm not so pushed to make it work. I don't have the pressure that Dad did. I don't have the pressure that Mom and Dad did when we were kids. So I feel fortunate for that.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this. So of the three of us, you spent more time on the farm when we were kids. I mean,
Right.
we both showed cows and 4-H and stuff, but you were actually with Dad in the truck, out there on the farm. Would you say that when you are a farmer, you are managing the land and the soil, you are in charge of the cows, you are managing people, like all the workers on the farm, and then you're also spending a lot of time like planning for the future and bringing back those kind of innovations? Where do you think that you enjoy, or what of those four elements do you think you bring to the table as your strength, your biggest strength?
Animal husbandry, feeding cows.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to read cows. I understand, not to Dad's level, but I understand nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm passionate about feeding the cows and
Mm-hmm.
giving them quality life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like pushing them. I mean, we could push them really hard to get more milk, but it's not humane in my opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
I love turning the volume down or pulling the throttle back and not pushing them so hard so they can enjoy their life.
So you want to measure your success by the cow's longevity and how well, how happy they are in this
That's
system.
Right. That's right.
Which is
Because
awesome.
I could see it.
Yeah. Well, for sure. I mean, you have a very gentle, like compassionate spirit about you, and
Thank you.
I think that cows know that. I would say that Dad is so forward thinking, and he loves machinery. Like he loves the equipment, and he will say that he's a dirt farmer, so you'll probably complement each other very, very well.
Right.
In that aspect.
Right. He's definitely going to get a lot of work done.
Yes.
He's the type A push, make it happen. I love it. He and I are different, but I'm fortunate that he's taken a step back and letting me do my thing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it's really cool when I'm out there on the farm with you, which it's really cool that there are cows that still remember you. Like if you raise the calves or whatever for that season, they still remember you. Like there's just something I think about your calmness and like energy that they really can remember.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little too empathetic.
You are. You're very, very compassionate. Very
Compassionate. Yeah, I love my calves. I mean, I just from the moment, really the whole process, the cows going from a dry cow to a fresh cow, having a calf. I understand how important that is, and that's my next generation that's going to provide for us. Like it's not just me; it's the family, and as close as we are as a family. I can't help but go to bed at night just thinking about how it's all of us.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
And that's gives me a lot of pride, and I want Mom and Dad to be successful and enjoy being in the mountains and have their cake and eat it too. That gives me that's a lot of, I get a lot of enjoyment out of that as well. So I mean I'm fortunate. I'm so happy I get this opportunity.
It's just so great. So as we mentioned, that I know that the future, our success is very closely, we are linked together. We are very reliant on each other for success, and that's a lot of pressure sometimes, but I also think it's great. Like it feels good that, high tides rise, all ship, and so I think for us, having a father that was definitely, I mean, he is so overjoyed that you've come back to the farm and continued on for the next generation. I think it's really interesting to think about, even though our kids are all still in school, they're so young, thinking about the possibility of what if. I mean, as of right now, I kind of look at it like the future is their own. I don't ever want them to feel obligated to come back to the family business, but if they go off, and that's one thing that Mom and Dad always did say, is that we couldn't come back without learning skills. Like we had to bring something back to the farm. We couldn't just fall back on it, the family business. And so we went out, we worked for some different people, we found whatever we were passionate about, and then brought it back. I think sometimes it's interesting to think about what our kids might do.
Well, it's so different for our kids. Just think about 20, 25 years ago.
Stop, we're not that old.
Yeah. 20 years. So I'm not forcing my kids to come on the farm. The way I see it, that in today's day, I'm going to simplify the system, make the highest quality milk I can, that will make the best cheese you can make, and I'm hopefully the kids recognize that this is not a bad life. Wow, I enjoy being on the farm. I mean, I don't want to force it on them.
Right.
I want them to live their life to the fullest and make their own decisions so they can make their own mistakes.
Sure.
Because that's what it takes to be happy, really.
Absolutely, and gosh, thank goodness we didn't have to make our whole lives decisions when we were teenagers, because who knows what we'd end up doing. Well, I think the future is exciting, and you taking over and infusing. I see so much momentum and excitement and inspiration from you, and then with us opening the new plant this year,
Yes.
and new equipment, and all of the having the right air filtration systems, and all these things that we just haven't had before. I think if we can ever get out of 2020, I think the future is pretty bright, for both of us.
Well, I'm excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today for these conversations and cheese boards.